Okay, so what seems like a never-ending presidential election is finally over. Or is it? The Electoral College made Biden's victory official yesterday, giving him a majority of votes. Even Russian President Vladimir Putin called to congratulate Biden for his big win. The president-elect accepted the victory in a primetime speech. If you did not watch it, here's a peek.
You know, respecting the will of the people is at the heart of our democracy, even when we find those results hard to accept. But that's the obligation of those who've taken on a sworn duty to uphold the Constitution. You know, in this battle for the soul of America, democracy prevailed. We, the people, voted. Faith in our institutions held. The integrity of our elections remains intact. And now it's time to turn the page, as we've done throughout our history.
And this morning, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell also congratulated Biden on the Senate floor, acknowledging that that President Trump did, in fact, lose. So, Tori, will President Trump's supporters and other Republicans follow suit of Mitch McConnell, in your opinion, and congratulate President-elect Biden, get on board, or no?
There are two different things there. Trump supporters, to me, are a little bit different than a Republican. I think most Republicans, if they're moderate or really just fiscally conservative, right, they want the government out of their business, will now see that even Putin, you know, as you said, and McConnell have moved on. And at some point, you choose country over your party so you can actually have a transition of power. I don't think for 1 second Trump supporters will stop. I think they will continue. I think you're going to see some new digital and TV shows pop up that are very, very pro-Trump, and I think you're going to see that fringe all the way until 2024.
Yeah, you know, I have a different theory about this, and Jeff, I want to know what you think about this. I think once the vaccine is out and enough Americans have gotten it, and people start to go to their own whatever their normal reality was, I think we will see a jettisoning of everything that was 2020, including this election, including all the missed sports and everything that was this year. And I think people need a reset. And I think the vaccine will allow you to be like, hey, I can go to the park with my best friend Jeff, and we could sit and talk on a bench and watch our kids play, and our kids can tackle each other, and it's okay. And I think part of that entire package is going to be sending all of this, including recount, Trump, all this stuff, I think is just going to go because everyone needs a complete reset.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Al, what you just said. That was a mocking.
Oh, okay.
I was mocking the president-elect. Listen, if this was Donald Trump, that would have been the first thing we mocked, right? So now it's time for the Trumpers to get in the batter's box. You know what I mean? It's time to pass the torch on to the president-elect. The antiquated Electoral College has spoken. Putin's on board. Listen, 10% of the people are 90% of the people on social media. The majority of the country has moved on, right? They're not really fighting about this. It's a small percentage that are still putting up a fight. But listen, if we're going to mock Trump for 4 years, you could throw a couple stones at Biden. Listen, what's good for the goose is good for him.
Yes.
And why are we acting like this is any different than what it was 4 years ago? I get it, Tori, as far as challenging with the lawsuits, the recount, and I get that that threatens democracy. Do not get me wrong. I agree with you there. But you do look back 4 years ago, and you did have a number of Democrats, whether you want to call them fringe or not, that would hashtag themselves never Trumpers. So, or hashtag not my president. So here we are again, divisiveness. When are we ever going to get back to politics just being boring? Is that ever going to happen
now
again?
With social media.
Yeah, well, that's a really good point, Jeff. That is very, very difficult. I'll just say this. If Joe Biden is in the presidency, he's a lion of the Senate, and he knows how to cross the aisles. Remember, he was John McCain's friend. He really does know. So there's no one better set up for us to move into a bipartisan era.
I really hope so. Right. I really do.
There's no such thing anymore. The McCain senators, there's no McCain Republicans anymore. People are showing up with guns to their own rallies.
Yeah,
Stop it.
No, you're wrong. There are moderate Republicans that would take offense to that.
Where are they?
They're in the middle of the country. They're in the middle of the country, and there are a lot of them.
And hopefully we'll see more of the uniting, and we can prove Al wrong.